In the stillness, where light's trembling currents dare not wander beneath the vast ocean's flickering glow, lies a haunting tableau, a boundless expanse woven from shadows and fading resonance, a silent graveyard, cradling memories yet unremembered. I drift deeper into these liquid corridors, my thoughts weaving like whispered prayers, caught in the oscillating dance of ethereal light. Here emotions fold inward, stilled and heavy, imprisoned within the living water structures of the silent reef. This sanctuary vibrates not with music or joy, but pulses subtly with the weight of unshed tears, an abyss where memory's delicate fabric stretches thin and dissolves into a dense quietude, numbing the heartbeats of all that traverse its depth, shifted shadows restless, as ancient spirits flicker and flow like spectral tides, their forms tracing the blurred outlines of forgotten hopes and buried sorrows. Coral spires rise like jagged teeth of crystalline water, their edges shimmering against the blackened ocean skeletal remnants of a civilization once bathed in resonant light, now suffocated under the suffusing silence that presses like cold velvet against the soul. It is as though time itself relinquished its hold, allowing despair to settle like fine light sand across a forgotten shelf, heavy and unyielding. The brine-thick air clings with a palpable weight, pressing against my skin in waves of saline melancholy, a tangible echo of tangled lost memories embedded deep within these living currents. What lingers here, I wonder, in this deep chamber of forgotten echoes? Are these memories truly lost, or do they pulse quietly beneath the stillness, waiting for a heartbeat that resonates true, one that may awaken them gently from their long slumber? A shiver courses along my spine as I perceive a profound truth. Beneath the veil of silence, something stirs, a presence forged from sorrow and suppressed despair. A spectral entity adrift in the stillness, exuding a slow, rhythmic glow that carries the weight of unsung tales woven from countless souls. I am drawn back to the old tales, the whisperer of tides who spoke of unremembered memories and forgotten spirits. Within this dark and living sanctuary, they roam unbound, free from the chains of oscillating light that once tethered them. Will I dare descend into the endless depth, seeking the essence that dwells in oblivion's folds? Or shall I become, as they are, a fragile wisp of abandoned emotion, drifting softly within the gentle currents of betrayal? A haunting question lingers like a deep, resonant hum beneath these still waters. In this profound silence, will I find echoes of life echoing back to me? Or will those lost whispers lead me inexorably toward my own forgotten fate? I breathe deep the salted breath of the ocean's pulse and surrender to the enveloping depths. I dive inward, welcomed into the enigma of the silent reef, where every quivering shadow holds a story, and every flowing current conceals a truth patiently waiting to be unveiled. Beneath the endless oceanic expanse where currents entangle my body like the faint shimmering whispers of ancestral light, I am ensnared beneath a suffocating veil of unspoken sorrow. Every movement stirs the living water, its surface a trembling canvas that remembers the ebb and surge of emotions once illuminated, here now muted beneath the heavy cloak of time's melancholic embrace. I drift deeper into the silent reef, my skin prickling with electric resonance. Abyssal shadows ripple and convulse around me, as if the water pulses with half-forgotten tales, luminous echoes of spirits who once danced in this realm, their dreams, vibrant fires now dimmed, swallowed by a placid void of despair. Thalara, the whispered legend, woven only in the fragile threads of waking dreams' lives, still beneath these depths. Entwined in a web of breathing memories, a tapestry spun from the iridescent essence of purest emotion. Yet here, the triple spiral heartbeat of the world is but a flickering ghost, its radiant light splintered, dulled, and fractured among the fading shards of a forgotten legacy. The living water that forms its architecture feels weighted, a somber mantle of sadness draping every shimmering surface I reach toward the silken coral's glowing filaments, delicate strands of light weaving through, but they lie mute and unyielding, imprisoned in their quiet desolation. My gaze traces the distorted coral spirals, echoes of the triple spiral symbol shaped from emotion, light, and resonance, now slowed to the rasping cadence of a heartbeat, gasping beneath the weight of silence. As I weave through the translucent ruins of this spectral village, remnants of once thriving life loom cold, desolate structures fashioned from living water, rise from the depths, their surfaces etched with memory stones, etched by laughter hopes and whispered secrets, now frozen sculptures within a gallery forsaken by time. A hollow ache wells within me, aching with a ghost of colors that once danced luminously through open halls, melodies of joyful exchange weaving through the current's flow. Now only shadows linger, watched over by silent coral sentinels, eyes glowing faintly in cold depths, piercing through darkness with unwavering vigilance, as if searching for lost souls, adrift in light. The ocean breathes a scent of seaweed and salt, heavy and ripe with history. Its air carries the faintest traces of past whispers, elusive yet yearning to be grasped. I strain to sense the remains of their voices. Did they hide truths within the currents, or dissolve themselves into the deep hush that now envelops this haunted sanctuary? A chilling murmur surfaces within me. Perhaps they traded their radiant song for the crushing quiet of oblivion, seeking sanctuary within dreamless depths from which none awaken. But what does it mean to forget? Here among these sacred forsaken waters, I am enveloped in the profound knowledge that memories dwell in silence, bound tightly to the ocean's pulsing heartbeat, yet smothered from recognition, aching to breathe freely once more. A fragile thought blooms a blend of despair and hope. Could I be the catalyst to awaken these dormant memories, to breathe life into shadows dimmed and lost beneath layers of sorrow? This unspoken question forms a solemn pact beneath the layered waves. Each heartbeat vibrates as a call to awaken, to step softly upon this ocean floor that itself remembers. Yet how shall I tread lightly across this submerged sea of sorrow, where emotions pulse beneath every coral strand? Drawing nearer to the heart of this silent village, a thrilling anticipation coils within my veins, quickening the rhythm of my blood, a yearning to unlock the enigma of lives once lived here, now silenced beneath undulating waves. Every shimmer, every lingering current cradles a story, and somewhere within this watery sanctuary pulses the indomitable spark of life. Perhaps, if I attune my senses, luminous fragments of their existence will emerge from silence like radiant droplets. But as I delve ever deeper, the tide of uncertainty wanes. Am I prepared to witness these revelations? Do I hold the strength to carry their weight? And as the currents pull me onward, the haunting beauty of this submerged village reveals itself. Though silence reigns, supreme love and loss swirl in the undercurrents, breathing whispered stories into the fragile spaces between heartbeats, beneath the ocean's quiet hold. What if the very essence of memory lies not in the cacophony of sound, but in the haunting echoes of Thalara's ancient silence beneath the opaline surface of our world, where shifting currents of dim light waver like slow heartbeats, the very pulse of emotion lingers. What hidden relics of living water and light, woven memory, await to be called forth as I linger in the cold crystalline clasp of the silent reef. The triple spiral of echoes unfurls within my mind, a delicate blossom of iridescent light, each petal quivering with forgotten hope, aching to burst through its suffocating sheath of abyssal shadow. The underwater village stretches around me, a labyrinth spun from lost whispers. Its labyrinthine choral forms etched with the faded resonance of lives, once brilliant, now gently dimmed, but never extinguished. It teases my senses with shimmering promises, glimmers of revelation just beyond perception's fragile veil. I cannot shake the echo cloth sensation pressing against my skin, the feeling that beneath this weighted stillness lies a profound truth. Veiled beneath the sorrow cloak of a forgotten sorrow, the village looms spectral, its coral structures living water sculptures, their surfaces etched with memory currents, delicate symbols once thrumming with the vibrant music of emotion, now dulled, yet still humming faintly with resonance. As I drift, my heartbeat entwines with the lingering emotions submerged here, the tender pulse of those who once sought refuge within this hollow sanctuary. Did they come to silence their burdens, hoping to forget or to rest? Or were they spectral captives, sealed by fragile shadows, too delicate to bear the demanding embrace of living light? A question blossoms within me, growing larger with each descent. Does only the weight of pain persevere here, or is there beauty interlaced with the heartbreak? My thoughts drift to the ritual tales whispered by elders, the myths of the whisperer of tides and the ocean's dreaming, stories of unremembered spirits folded into the ocean's iridescent embrace, waiting to be felt, heard, recognized. I ache to understand, to become a vessel for these lingering currents, a beacon to the echoes that still vibrate in this realm. I almost hear their distant calls, soft murmurs woven into the rhythm of my own quiet heartbeat. I pause, suspended in flooded silence, and listen. Can I discern 1,000 subtle cries hidden within this deep tranquility? Or have I conjured a haunting melody where only the purest stillness exists? I close my eyes, pushing back the instinct to flee from the clutch of suffocating quiet. Around me, currents swirl, folding me in their luminescent embrace, droplets of liquid light trembling against my skin. Then it dawns on me. The silence is not absence, but a cosmic canvas awaiting brushstrokes of pure feeling, resonating in harmony with the soul's deepest tides. Resonance, the unfathomable thread binding thought to emotion, the very heartbeat of Thalara's existence. Perhaps, if I dive deeper still, I might learn the rhythm of these spirits, coax forth memories that ache for expression, spilling forth from waters stilled by time. The fear that gripped me begins to dissolve, replaced by consuming curiosity. I recall each flickering droplet of living light, potential bursts that could illuminate the shadows crouching in the mind's darkest corners. My journey leads me onward, deeper into this liquid labyrinth. Glimmers of shimmering figures flicker just beyond sight. Do they wish to cross the fragile threshold between silence and song? Or do they linger as whispers weaving the fragments of their dreams into endless reveries? A deep, resonant sigh escapes me, stirring the waters in spectral resonance. Ripples of primal awakening shiver through the village's coral veins. In this sacred refuge, my heart swells with longing. I yearn to breathe life back into these lost memories, to stir the sleeping stories beneath the water's still veil. Yet, as I penetrate further into the mystery, an unbidden question claws free. If I succeed, if I learn the secrets borne by these shadowed depths, will I myself become entwined forever, changed beneath the weight of their truths? Suspended within the flowing currents, my thoughts drift to the light tree's luminous orbs that once pulsed with cascades of memory, now dimmed, forgotten shadows, adrift in the cold current's embrace. Do they still pulse faintly deep beneath this icy expanse? Do I possess the true resonance, the emotional rhythm, to revive even the faintest germ of vitality echoing from their depths? I move with utmost delicacy in this realm where past and present mingle intricately, where long-forgotten memories drift like whispered light-threaded sighs, threading through the water that wraps around me, concealing depths both beguiling and cruel. The realization settles within me. Every emotion etched into the memory-woven coral, every vibration folded into the watery stones, is a source of ancient power. Deep within this silent ocean lies strength enough to evoke and awaken the past's fractured breaths. Yet the danger pulses just beneath the surface. What of those memories that resist recall? What stories remain cloaked in the darkness of unspoken agony? At this cusp stirs a subtle fear, the dread of what might awaken should I dare peel back these fragile layers of obscurity. It is a dance of reckoning, a balancing act on the thinning line between revelation and collapse. Each silent question swells, tugging at my spirit like the ebbing currents calling me closer. Around me, the cold embrace of deep waters tightens about my heart, muffled but relentless. Will I confront myself within these depths? The quest calls to me a luminous lighthouse, lost within despair's hollow abyss, beckoning with a fragile glow. With each beat of my heart, the dance of shadows whispers again, tender and relentless. What stirs beneath the silent reef, waiting to ripple through light's fragile veil? begging for a voice that can echo clearly across the ocean's chaos. The shadows pulse and coil around my soul, their tendrils weaving into the fabric of mind, urging me ever deeper into the waiting depths where secrets ache to be revealed. What stories might unfurl if only I find the courage to listen. As the shadows of the silent reef envelop me, I tread softly, my heartbeat merging with the pulsating currents of emotion that swirl like living light around my form. The water itself feels steeped in a profound stillness, a haunting silence enhanced not by absence, but by a charged electric thrumming beneath the surface that awakens my senses, beckoning me ever deeper into the mystery submerged in endless darkness. I glide through the fractured beauty of this forsaken village where coral structures breathe softly, shimmering faintly with a ghostly bioluminescence. Sentinels wrought of living water, their surfaces textured like memory-etched stone resonating with echoes of past emotions, guarding secrets too fragile for spoken words. Each deliberate step I take reverberates like a stanza in an incomplete poem, whispered memories half-formed stirring at the edges of my consciousness like currents of unseen light. Here, in the embrace of shadowed waters, I become attuned to the heartbeat of life, still clinging stubbornly within this silent architecture, a chorus of glimmers and pulses waiting patiently to be heard. I am both hunter and hunted in this realm where silence reigns thick and tangible like a living veil. With every venture deeper, the presence of memories grows more palpable, unraveling like delicate threads escaped from a tightly woven tapestry of light and emotion. Inhaling the thickened currents around me, I feel their cool embrace as if drawn in the lost laughter once carried through these winding passages, wisps of joy wrapped in invisible echoes. A delicate and potent melody hums hidden in the dark, a resonance formed of lives, intertwined stories yearning to emerge from the depth. Suddenly, the world shimmers alive, imbued not with sound, but with interlacing emotional currents. A radiant dance of vibrant light rays that ripple through the water, quivering like a living breath. In each undulating pulse, I sense their longing, an insatiable desire to break free from the silence that binds them, to soar toward the ocean's surface, to be seen and truly felt once again. I slow my breath, each ripple echoing within me as though whispering a soft call to awaken the silenced souls. A familiar anxiety pulses beneath my ribs. What if my resonance is not pure? What if I cannot summon the memories that seek release? Yet the irresistible yearning to uncover hidden depths propels me on. From shadow depths, a subtle glow emerges, a constellation of luminescent orbs. Memory droplets suspended like stars woven into the ocean's living fabric. My heart hammers in recognition. I have discovered something rare and sacred. Each orb pulses with gentle waves of nostalgia and sorrow, enwrapped in a fragile, hopeful light. Could these be the very vessels of memory I have sought? Tentatively, my fingers brush against the orb's smooth liquid surface. A surge of vibrant energy courses through me, illuminating my mind and saturating my heart with fragments of laughter-soft giggles that ripple like sunbeams, dancing over water memories of friendships shaped beneath the sea's tender embrace. the warmth of love interlaced with salt and light. Vivid visions take form, children swimming with radiant smiles, elders whose stories coil like currents around their hearts, a community alive with vibrant resonance. But as swiftly as the images bloom, they wane, flickering like fragile flames in the dark, leaving a bittersweet ache in their retreat. I withdraw my hand, stunned by the transient beauty of those shifting visions. A thread of melancholy weaves through my consciousness, a lament for all that has slipped beyond reach, the joy now etched with the sorrow of irrevocable silence. Driven by an aching need to understand, I swim deeper into the glowing field of orbs, desperate to root my own emotions within these crystalline memories, to silence the dissonant chorus of uncertainty swirling at the fringes of my mind. Each orb holds more than mere recollections. Lifetimes, crystallized within tender spheres, the weight of loss and longing saturating the water that embraces me. I wonder, do these memories echo truths buried deep in my own past? The thought seizes me with sudden urgency. Can I risk sharing my truths with them? Am I ready to cross beyond the veil and confront what lies beneath my own surface? Suddenly, the currents shift, drawing me toward a larger orb, glowing at the heart of this submerged sanctuary. It pulses with a vibrant life, its light eager beyond the sorrow I have traced thus far. I peer into its luminescent depths and am met with a cascade of vivid images, flashes of life painted with colors more poignant than any I have known. Joy unbound, laughter erupting like waves, unrestrained happiness imprisoned within silent walls, swirling in a tempest of radiant light that pulls me inward. I almost taste the briny kiss of ocean breeze, feel the tender caress of sunlight warming my skin as the visions whirl around me like a relentless tide. Yet amidst the dazzling beauty, a faint voice lingers, a spectral whisper born of caution. To understand you must feel deeply, it murmurs. Only in surrender will truth emerge. The warning strikes like a bolt of pent-up energy, awakening a twin flame of fear and exhilaration within my soul. I must face what I have long concealed, plunging beyond the haze of doubt. I am compelled to dive deeper into this abyss, inviting the yearning memories to entwine with my own, to reveal fears sealed in shadows. With each reflected fragment, I unravel parts of myself, facing pain clothed in joy, understanding that memories possess the power to shape existence and liberate the silenced voices imprisoned within. Immersed in this luminescent realm, the hesitation that once gripped me dissolves. By bleeding my heart into this vast tapestry of interwoven histories, I summon forth the memories that deserve to breathe light, rising like cascading waves destined to break free in the ocean's vast expanse. Gathering strands of memory within me, I weave them into a protective mantle against the oppressive silence. Prepared and resolute, I embrace the journey ahead, knowing to resurrect these fragile whispers is to confront the very heart, the triple spiral rhythm beating at the core of all we are descending now into the vibrant orb layers of lost emotions erupt in bursts of color, painting a magnificent mural where light and shadow meld and dissolve, the journey unfolds, and as the waves of my heart swell with newfound understanding, I stand poised on the precipice, ready to unearth the truths hidden beneath, to awaken the voices cloaked in silence, to set ablaze the echoes of their past, and once again illuminate the shadows with the gentle embrace of living light. In that fragile instant, as I submerged deeper into the vibrant orb, the world around me exploded into a luminous symphony, waves of color and emotion cascading like waterfalls of shimmering light, each pulse a triple spiral of memory flowing through the depths of my being. The ethereal glow melted me into its living water structure, shifting and trembling with the heartbeat of every lost soul, transporting me to a radiant realm where echoes danced like fireflies spun from liquid light in the twilight of dawn. Enveloped entirely, I was embraced by their warmth, feeling their intricate stories weave through my flesh and spirit. Each delicate thread a whispered revelation, a soft, reverberating heartbeat in resonance. A swirling current of sensations swept me away. Laughter bubbled forth clear and crystalline like droplets of liquid light, spilling gently into despair's deep ocean. A soundless melody resonating in the silence between waves. I was no longer a mere observer. I became a living conduit, a shimmering vessel, drawing forth their joys, sorrows, and lost moments, each one entwined with mine as if etched forever in the living water that encased us. Joyful images flickered before my eyes, children splashing in radiant, oscillating waters, their laughter shimmering like chimes caught in a gentle, unseen breeze, elders weaving ancestral tales, their faces aglow with light mirrored from deep reverence and pride. Yet as swiftly as this vivid light embraced me, shadows slipped silently into view, weaving alongside the vibrant memories with a fluid elegance that felt hauntingly predatory. The weight of unspoken pain pressed heavily on my heart, a kaleidoscope of agonies twisting beneath the surface, threatening to drown me in their relentless currents. Figures drifted like ghostly, silent shell creatures, their eyes brimming with untold tears. Did they long to remember, or had they surrendered to the tranquil solace of forgetting? Their mournful pulses rippled through the surrounding aqueous silence, their icy tendrils winding tighter around my heart with each passing moment. I gasped, feeling the reverberations of their loss collide and merge with my own guarded fears, each echo a haunting drum in my chest. Could I bear this burden woven from forgotten grief? Drawing a shuddering breath, the orb pulsed in perfect resonance with my own heartbeat, reminding me that within this delicate web of emotion lay the power to awaken the quiet echoes buried deep. Closing my eyes, I summoned a fragile strength to confront those shadowy wisps of grief, allowing my heart to expand gently amid the melancholic beauty swirling like a light tree blossoming in soft, dim light. "You are not forgotten," I whispered silently, knowing my voice could never traverse their silence. Yet within me blossomed a promise, a pulse of unwavering light, a sacred oath to bring forth their memories, to let their voices rise from the depths where the great silence dared to claim them. A warm, luminous glow unfurled in my chest, a living invitation to heal knitting together. the fragmented essences of past and present that yearned for recognition. With renewed courage, I let their memories seep into my veins, feeling their warmth bloom like sunlight, breaking tenderly through the storm. At this threshold of revelation, a shift rippled through the orb. The shadows began to recede, and the drifting figures edged closer, their eyes glistening with a shimmering recognition as if drawn by an invisible thread of light resonance. Could it be? If I embraced their pain, could it transform into a bridge, strong and luminous over which we might traverse together toward the gentle dawn? My heart raced within the living water's embrace, and in that singular charged moment, the world around me shifted once more, dissolving despair into flickering hope as I wholly recognized my purpose. These memories sought not to chain, but to be reborn, to illuminate the beauty of their existence and light my own uncertainty. It was time to acknowledge what had long been silenced, not just within them, but deep within myself. Buried whispers, neglected shadows, and hidden fears flowing beneath the water's surface, I inhaled deeply, feeling the love and warmth spread through my body, resonating with the sacred tales of Thalara, the eternal song of light and emotion. As the orb tightened around me like the embrace of a luminous light tree, I knew the past and present were merging, transforming pain into a radiant empowerment. In this crystalline moment of clarity and connection, I felt electrified and alive. I was not alone. We were intertwined, tethered by sorrow, yet reaching through the depths toward the same horizon. Together, we would awaken the memories that longed like inverted lotus blooms of light to blossom once more. As I began to embrace the memories woven like threads of shimmering light around me, a transformation blossomed from the very heart of the silent reef, a pulse of living water shifting and breathing with unspoken resonance. The shadows, once heavy and somber, flickered softly with an ethereal glow that trembled like liquid starlight, revealing the gentle beauty concealed beneath their mournful veil. It was as if the ocean itself exhaled a breath of warmth, translucent and tangible, flooding the enveloping silence with radiant life. I could feel the currents of connection flowing, the luminous threads of their stories weaving into my essence, turning faint whispers into harmonious echoes that danced like delicate waves against the deep backdrop of despair. The memories stirred from their long dormancy, surging forth like pulsating light droplets, suffused with yearning and longing, flooding my senses with visions drenched in exquisite hues that shifted softly like choral dreamscapes. The laughter of children, once silent, now resonated like a distant melody, carried on resonant light currents, interlaced with the poignant silent cries of those who had wept beneath the ocean's hush. Weaving through this rich emotional tapestry, I felt the long-forgotten lives of the village's inhabitants arise, each memory a living water structure shimmering with emotion, crossing the shadowed thresholds into the light of recognition, reclaiming their vibrant resonance. Yet within this wondrous awakening, a lingering question hovered. How many of these silenced voices would finally find solace beneath the triple spiral of memory? With each heartbeat that rippled through the living reef, I reached out, beckoning the fragile figures trembling on the edge of remembrance. I cradled them with the tender heat of empathy, wrapping them in luminous warmth that echoed through the shifting waters, inviting the slow bloom of their stories to illuminate the shadowed corners of my heart, where memories dwelled forgotten. Their tentative acceptance flowed back to me like gentle waves mirrored in the fluid dance of the reef's heartbeat, and I understood that together we formed a luminous bridge across time, an unbroken chain where past and present intertwined in resonant harmony. As vibrant lights twinkled like stars reborn within the ocean's depths, the silent reef itself transformed, no longer a place of sorrow, but a sanctuary of healing and rediscovery. Each burst of shimmering luminescence that spilled from a memory orb spilled light into the water, sending echoes that rippled through the vast expanse of Thalara, calling softly to all who dwelled in this endless ocean of living memory. Could these cries for remembrance drift on the currents beyond this sanctuary, reaching distant hearts, igniting new sparks of spirit and connection? I yearned deeply. My very being trembled with longing to witness their unleashed essence, to feel the powerful swell of light surge forth, entwining us all into a radiant dance, woven forever into the boundless sea of connection. And so, lingering in awe amidst the beautiful chaos of light and shadow intertwined, I understood that this journey of memory, the sacred dance of light and shadow, was only beginning. What stories would rise like gentle tides beyond this sacred reef? What luminous echoes would spill and blossom, ripple and glow, shedding their timeless truths across the ocean's embrace? The path ahead shimmered endlessly with infinite possibility, illuminated by the deep-seated truth that memories once freed never truly dissolve. They live on living light, flowing through the veins of existence, nourishing the eternal sea that cradles us all,